We are following new developments involving the latest legal back and forth between the Trump administration and Harvard University. A federal judge in Massachusetts has just blocked the administration's attempt to ban international students from attending the university. This temporary restraining order stops the government from pulling Harvard's certification in the Student and Exchange Visitor Program. In announcing this policy change just yesterday, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem saying, quote, "This administration is holding Harvard accountable for fostering violence, anti-Semitism, and coordinating with the Chinese Communist Party on its campus." All right, so News Nation's Kellie Meyer is live at the White House following all of this. So, Kellie, how is the administration responding to this now newest development?
Yeah, and I'm actually just getting a response in from a White House spokesperson, and I'll read this to you here. This is in response to the federal judge blocking the administration's attempt to ban international students from going to Harvard University. So the White House responds, according to a spokesperson to News Nation just moments ago, saying, quote, "The American people elected President Trump, not random local judges with their own liberal agenda to run the country. These unelected judges have no right to stop the Trump administration from exercising their rightful control over immigration policy and national security policy." That's from a White House spokesperson to News Nation. So Harvard is hitting back at the White House, and we know the White House as well hitting back. We got a previous response from a spokesperson to the initial lawsuit from Harvard, and that said that Harvard should spend their time and resources on creating a safe campus environment instead on filing frivolous lawsuits. So in a lawsuit filed today in federal court, Harvard said the government's action violates the First Amendment and will have a, quote, "immediate and devastating effect for Harvard and its more than 7,000 visa holders." The move comes just 24 hours after the Trump administration moved to block current and future international students from going to the university. Current international students must transfer to another university or leave the U.S. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security in their latest warning. And this is all a fallout over the protests on campus. The administration claims that Harvard failed to adequately act against anti-Semitism following the attack by Hamas on Israel on October 7, 2023, and through this ongoing conflict, DHS eliminating the student visa program over what it claims is, quote, pro-terrorist conduct. Now, the DHS Secretary Kristi Noem saying Thursday, quote, "It is a privilege, not a right, for universities to enroll foreign students and benefit from their higher tuition payments to help pad their multi-billion-dollar endowment." So DHS claiming Harvard is refusing to comply with its request for behavioral records of student visa holders. The school plans to file for a temporary restraining order. That's to block DHS from carrying out this move. So a lot happening in this back and forth between Harvard and the White House, Nichole.
Yeah, a lot happening, and a lot happening very quickly. Kellie, how many students could be impacted if the administration's move is ultimately upheld? And then what's the reaction like on campus?
Yeah, so nearly 7,000 students could be impacted, and that includes the future Queen of Belgium, Princess Elizabeth. She's a 23-year-old, and she's first in line to the throne. She just finished her first year at Harvard, and the Belgian Royal Palace spokesperson says, quote, "The impact of the decision will only become clearer in the coming days and weeks. We are currently investigating the situation." So more than 6,700 international students are currently enrolled across more than 100 countries. And the president of Harvard University, in a statement today, telling international students affected by the action that they are vital members of the community, saying in part, quote, "Thanks to you, we know more and understand more, and our country and our world are more enlightened and more resilient. We will support you as we do our utmost to ensure that Harvard remains open to the world." Now, China also responding to this said the move to ban international students from Harvard would harm Americans' international standing. China's foreign ministry saying today that China has, quote, consistently opposed the politicalization of education collaboration, adding that the U.S. move will, quote, only tarnish its own image and reputation in the world. The Trump administration is also threatening to expand the crackdown to other colleges, a response I just got from a Department of Homeland Security spokesperson saying that, sure, this can expand to other colleges, though they didn't say which ones. Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.